Welcome all of you. It is one of the video lessons of English subject for the ninth class students. This online class is entirely discussed in English language. This video lesson is the second part lesson of the excerpt of Sachin's autobiography. The chapter name is Learning the Game. In our previous class, we discussed some of the parts of this lesson. That video is available here. Those who came here without watching the first part of this lesson, firstly they have to watch it because it is the continuation of the first part. They can get its link from our description box, open it and watch it. Okay, we move to our lesson. Learning the Game. It is an excerpt of Sachin's autobiography, Playing It My Way. We have discussed some part of this lesson. Firstly, we have to recall the points what we took in our previous class. So, let us discuss the summary of the previous class. Listen carefully. In here, Sachin speaks about his childhood life. When he was very young, he used to play cricket using tennis ball. He also watched cricket on television. While playing, he tried to imitate great players whom he liked. He loved not only batting but bowling also. He loved the playing of Sunil Gavaskar and Viv Richard. He was studying in New English School in Mumbai. There was another school, Shardashram Vidya Mandir, where Ramakant Achrekar sir was the cricket coach. His brother, Ajit, wished him to study there. Ajit knew the ability of Sachin. Ajit took him to a summer camp which Sir conducted. He was 11 years older then. Sir asked Sachin to bat. Sachin was afraid and anxious. Sachin could not create a good opinion in the mind of Sir. So Sir asked Ajit to take Sachin to him when he was a little older. But Ajit demanded that Sachin would be given another chance. Ajit asked Sir to watch Sachin without Sachin's knowledge. Then Sachin batted without fear. Sir allowed Sachin to join the camp. Sachin believed that it was this opportunity that changed his life. The camp had a morning session and an evening session. The morning session was from 7:30 a.m. to 10:30 a.m. The evening session lasted till late evening. The timetable was very strict. Sachin would be tired by the end of the day. His house was in Bandra. He had to travel 40 minutes by bus to reach Shivaji Park at the right time. So, Sachin went by the early morning bus. For the first few days, Ajit came with Sachin. During the journeys, Ajit talked to him about the slight difference in batting. Sachin liked his advice. Ajit gave him a note containing thoughts about batting. He has kept it him throughout his career. It was useful to Sachin as a coaching manual. These things were discussed in our previous class, so we have to discuss the rest of the part. Okay, we have stopped in our previous class at the end paragraph of page number 21. So turn to next page, page number 22. We have to start at the beginning paragraph. Okay, to look into your textbook, we are going to discuss the rest of the part. Okay, as a child, when Sachin was a child, I had only one set of cricket clothes and the routine was to wash them as soon as I had returned from the morning session. He had only one pair of cricket clothes. So he had to follow a usual works that he had to wash his clothes firstly when returned to his home after his morning session because he wanted to wear the same cloth for his afternoon session. While I had my lunch, the clothes would dry out in the sun and I would wear them again in the afternoon. While he had his lunch, he hung that clothes in the sun to dry out and he wore the same clothes for the next session, mean afternoon session. The pattern was repeated in the evening so that I could use the same set of clothes the following morning. Sachin did the same act after his evening session because he wanted to wear the same clothes for the next morning. So, when he returned to his home after this session, he had to wash his clothes firstly when he returned to his home after the evening session. He wanted to wear the same clothes for the next morning. The system worked well. This idea was successful. He could adjust the one cloth to use both of these sessions. But there is a problem apart from my pockets. But he faced another problem in this pattern of using single pair of cricket clothes. The pocket of the clothes remained wet. There was never quite enough time for the pockets to dry out completely. The whole part of the cloth except pockets would dry out completely. The pocket wants much time to dry out. There was no time for the Sachin to wait for the drying of pockets because the free time between the morning and evening session is very short. That is why he could not get much time to dry out his clothes. And for the entire duration of the camp, I played with wet pockets. Sachin was destined to play the whole time of the practice with the wet pockets. By the middle of the summer camp, when half of the period of the camp was over, Sir had started taking an active interest in my batting. Sir took active interest in his batting. He began to give attention to Sachin's batting. And at the end of the 2 months, at the end of the 2 months of the camp, and at the end of 2 months, informed Ajit that I had the potential to be a good cricketer if I practiced all year round. At the end of the 2 months of the camp, Sir said to Ajit that Sachin had the potential, Sachin had the ability to be a good cricketer and recommended all year round practice. However, my school, the New English School in Bandra, did not have cricket facilities. In Sachin's school, the New English School in Bandra, there was no cricket facilities. And Sir was keen for me to change schools if I want to pursue cricket seriously. So, Sir suggested that Sachin might be sent to another school and suggested to give importance to cricket. One evening, Sir called my father and put forward his suggestion. One evening, Ajragar Sir called Sachin's father about changing Sachin's school. Ajragar Sir suggested to change Sachin's school because he has a good caliber to become a good cricketer. If he changes his school, it will be helpful to Sachin. He saw a foresight on Sachin's future. Ajit was in the room with my father at the time and they both accepted that it was necessary if cricket was to be my priority. Ajit was with his father when Achrekar sir called his father. Both of them agreed to the suggestion of Achrekar sir and they wanted to know Sachin's interest on it. They wanted whether Sachin was ready to change his school or cricket was to be Sachin's priority. So, Sachin's father asked Sachin about it. My father sat me down and explained that while he did not have any objections to my changing school, father asked Sachin to sit down near him and asked about Sachin's interest on it. Father explained to him that he had no objection to his changing the school. I should do so only if I was really serious about playing cricket. But he put forward another condition. Father only wanted Sachin's promise that he would be serious about playing cricket. Sachin's father wanted that Sachin had to give importance to cricket. I assured him I was. And so it was agreed that I should move to Shardasram Vidya Mandir where Achrekar sir was the cricket coach. Sachin promised his father that he would give importance to cricket. Sachin set his mind to select his career as a cricketer. And he wanted to get training under the disciplinary of Achrekar sir. So he promised the assurance of his father and so his father allowed Sachin to join Shardasram Vidya Mandir. Achrekar sir was a cricket coach there. All my excess energies were getting channeled into cricket, which acted as a kind of safety valve. Sachin started to practice well. He used his whole time for his practice. He used all of his energy, courage, thought, etc. Everything he delivered for the cricket. My father always said that all he wanted me to do was give it my best effort without worrying about the results. His father was a good advisor. He told Sachin that Sachin could do anything what he wanted in playing, but never worry about the result of a game. Further motivated Sachin to play well without worrying about the results of the game. In my first year at Shardashram, he stayed 1 year in Shardashram. In this 1 year, he played a lot of games. I played 55 practice matches during the summer break of 60 days. He played 65 practice matches during the 60 days of summer break in his first year at Shardashram. My summer sessions used to start at 7:30 a.m. and end at 4:30 p.m. The summer sessions were from 7:30 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. He had to play all this day. My evening session would start at 5 p.m. after only a 30-minute break. The evening session started at 5 p.m. Morning session ended at 4:30 p.m. and next session started at 5 p.m. There was only 30-minute gap. In this session, he had only got 30-minute break. During the break, sir would often give me some money to go and have a vada pav, a popular Mumbai fast food. In this 30-minute break, Acharya sir would give Sachin some money to eat vada pav. Vada pav is a popular Mumbai fast food. Between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m., I would have 5 more net sessions. The evening session was between 5 p.m. and 7 p.m. In this evening session, he had 5 net sessions. Towards the last 50 minutes, sir would place a 1 rupee coin on the top of the stumps. And if I managed to avoid getting out, the coin was mine. At the end of the session, during the last 50 minutes, Acharya sir would put a 1 rupee coin on the top of the stumps. If Sachin could handle the game without getting out or the coin did not fall down, Sachin could take it. In this session, every bowler in the camp would come and bowl to me with some 60 to 70 boys fielding. For this occasion, all the bowlers in the camp would bowl to him. 60 to 70 boys will be fielding. It meant I had to hit every ball along the ground to survive those intense 15 minutes. In order to avoid becoming out, he had to hit every ball along the ground. It was an extreme level of training. He wanted to hit the ball by avoiding out. Winning the 1 rupee coin used to give me immense satisfaction and taught me how to concentrate even when physically drained. Sachin believed that getting the 1 rupee coin gave him endless pleasure. It was a deep training that helped him mentally and physically. The lesson taught him how to concentrate even when one is physically tired. At the end of it all, at the end of this evening session, 5 p.m. to 7 p.m., sir would tell me to run 2 full circuits of Shivaji Park with my pads and gloves on. At last, sir told him to run 2 rounds around the Shivaji Park with wearing his gloves and pads. That was the last part of my training, and I would be completely exhausted by the end of it all. It was the last one he had to do. At the end of this running, he would tired completely. It was a routine I would repeat right through my summer holidays. It was a usual practice of him that started from the starting of his practice. It was going on in his training in Shivaji Park. And it helped me to build up physically and mental stamina. This strict and hard training helped Sachin to build up physical and mental stamina. In this video lesson, we have discussed 4 paragraphs in the pages 22 and 23. Now we have to look the summary of the parts which we took in today's class. Just listen. When Sachin was a child, he had only one set of cricket clothes. So he washed them and got them dried after each session. But the pocket remained wet. When half of the period of the camp was over, Sir took active interest in Sachin's training. At the end of the 2 months of the camp, he said to Ajit that Sachin had the potential to be a good cricketer and recommended year-round practice. The new English school means Sachin's school did not have cricket facilities. So, Sir suggested that Sachin might be sent to another school. One evening, Sir talked to his father about changing his school. Father and Ajit agreed with him. Father asked Sachin to sit down by his side and said to him that he had no objections to his changing the school. He only wanted his promise that Sachin would be serious about playing cricket. He told him that he was serious. So he allowed him to join Shardasram Vidya Mandir. Achrekar sir was the cricket coach there. He played 55 practice matches during the 60 days of summer break in his first year at Shardasram. The summer sessions were from 7:30 am to 4:30 pm. The evening session started at 5 pm. Between 5 pm and 7 pm, he would have 5 net sessions. During the last 50 minutes, Sir would place a 1 rupee coin on the top of the stumps. If he did not get out, he would get the coin. For this occasion, all the bowlers in the camp would bowl to him. At this time, about 60 to 70 boys will be fielding. In order to avoid becoming out, he had to hit every ball along the ground. This lesson taught him how to concentrate even when one is physically tired. At last, he had to run 2 rounds around the Shivaji Park with the pads and gloves on. This strict and hard training helped him to build up physical and mental stamina. These things were discussed in today's class. Now we are going to discuss about the textual based question. Okay, we have discussed 6 questions. So we have to start from the 7th question. Look here, 7th question. The system worked well. Apart from my pockets, what is the system referred to here by Sachin? We know that Sachin speaks about a system. What is that system? Yes, Sachin had only one set of cricket clothes. So he had to wash them and dry them when each session ended. He washed them as soon as he returned from the morning session. He repeated the same process in the evening so that he could use the clothes in the following morning. This was the system. Then what would be the answer? How can we write the answer? Yes, we can write. Sachin had only one set of cricket dress. He had to wash them just after returning from his morning session. The clothes would dry out in the sun while he had his lunch. Then he could wear them again in the afternoon. The pattern was repeated in the evening. And he could use the same set of clothes in the following morning. It was a system. However, the pockets were still wet. There was not enough time for the pockets to dry out completely. It was the answer. Okay. Move to next question. 8th question. Why was Sachin asked to change his school? Sir took active interest in Sachin's training. He told Ajit to change Sachin's school. Then, what is the reason behind it? Yes, the new English school in Bandra, where Sachin was studying, didn't have cricket facilities. Therefore, Sachin was asked to change his school. This is the answer we can discuss. Then, how can you write the answer? What is the answer? Yes, we can write. Sachin was studying in new English school. There were no facilities for cricket there. So, Sir advised that Sachin needed to change his school. This is the answer. Okay. Move to 9th question. What was the condition laid down by Sachin's father for changing his school? We know that one evening Sir talked to his father about changing his school. Father and I just agreed with him, but he put forward one condition. What was that condition? Father said that he didn't have any objection to Sachin's school's changing. However, Sachin should do that only if he was too serious about cricket. Then, how can you write the answer? Sachin's father said that he would agree for a change of school if cricket was Sachin's priority and if only he was serious about playing cricket. It was that condition. Okay, move to the next question. Question number 10. What is Sachin considered as a kind of safety wall? Here, Sachin speaks about how he used his energies and how it helped him. Then the question is that what is that kinds of a safety valve? What is that valve? Yes, by playing cricket, Sachin thought he was channeling all his excess energies into the game. He considered this as a safety valve. Then how would be the answer? We can write the answer. All Sachin's excess energies were getting channeled into cricket. It acted as a kind of safety valve. He could express his moods and talents freely. Another way we can write the answer by playing cricket, Sachin thought he was channeling all his excess energies into the game. He considered this as a safety valve. We can write the answer also like this. Okay, move to next question. How did the 1 rupee coin help Sachin to become a good batsman? We know one of the act of Achrekar sir at the end of the evening session. Achrekar sir would place a 1 rupee coin on the top of the stumps, and if Sachin managed to avoid getting out the coin, he would get that. Winning the 1 rupee coin used to give him immense satisfaction and taught him how to concentrate even when he was physically drained. Okay, then what is the answer? How can we write the answer? Yes, to win the coin, Sachin had to be careful not be out. For this, he had to hit all the balls bowled to him. Again, he had to hit all the balls along the grounds to avoid catch. Thus, winning the coin gave him great satisfaction. It taught him how to concentrate even when he was tired. Okay, look at the last question, 12th question. What helped Sachin to build up physical and mental stamina? At last, Sachin had to run 2 rounds around the Shivaji Park with the pads and gloves on. This routine practice helped him to build up stamina. Then, how can tell the answer? Yes, at the end of the practice, Sir would tell him to run 2 full circuits of Shivaji Park with his pads and gloves on. That was the last part of his training. It was a routine he would repeat right through his summer holidays. It helped him to build up physical and mental stamina.